This session is no longer being recorded.
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Can everyone hear me now? Okay, if people can hear me, then inshallah we'll get started. Wa alaikum salam. I just want to know if people can hear me so we can get started, inshallah. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay, again, I apologize for this. We'll get started. Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay, now we won't start. Now, those who have just joined us, we are on Surah Ma'arij. We are not going to go back on Surah Mulk. Okay, we're just going to start from here now. Surah Ma'arij. إنها لظى نزاعة للشوى تدعو من أدبر وتولى. Right. Lava is also one. Now there are 7 stages of Jahannam. Yeah, there are 7 stages of Jahannam. Lava is one of them. See, the first is called Jahannam, okay, and that is for Ahl Tawheed, right? That is for the Muslims of this ummah, Jahannam. Second stage, and Allahu Akbar, Jannah has levels, okay? So Jannah has levels, and subhanAllah, Jannah is, the higher the level, the more merit or the more blessing the person receives, the better the Jannah, okay? So Jannah ascends, the levels of Jannah, they ascend, and Jahannam, it descends, okay? So you have, so for example, in Jannah, you're on the lower deck, right? You move up, you move up, you move up, you move up, it gets better and better, right? Jahannam, in the hellfire, you have Jahannam, you go down, go lower, 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 it gets worse and worse and worse, okay? Jahannam, so the first, it's called Jahannam, okay? Jahannam. That is for Ahlul Tawheed, right? Muslims of this ummah. Number 2, that is called Lava, right? Innaha Lava. Lava is for Yahud. Then you have وَمَا أَدْرَكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةِ, right? You have Hutama. Hutama is for Nasara, right? And then you have Sa'ir. Sa'ir is for Sabi'in. Then you have وَمَا أَدْرَكَ مَا Saqar. Saqar, number 5, that's for Majus, fire worshippers. Then you have Jahim, right? Jahim. That's for mushrikeen, those who associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then at the end, you have Hawiyah, right? Hawiyah, and that's for munafiqeen. And that is the worst. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from all of them, right? I'll just say the names again. So you have Jahannam, number one. Then you have Ladha. Then you have Hutama. Then you have Sa'ir. Then you have Saqar. Then you have Jahim. Then you have Hawiyah. Okay? Allahu Akbar. إن الإنسان خلق هلوعا. Insan has been created very hasty, right? Insan is very hasty. That إذا مسه الشر جزوعا. When something, something bad comes to him, or something like he's afflicted with some pain or something like that, he becomes very impatient. وإذا مسه الخير منوعا إلا المصلين. Except for those who observe prayers. الذين هم على صلاتهم دائمون. Who pray salah with consistency, who are constant in their prayers. وَالَّذِينَ فِي أَمْوَالِهِمْ حَقٌّ مَعْلُومٌ. Right? And those within whose wealth is a known right. Right? وَالَّذِينَ فِي أَمْوَالِهِمْ حَقٌّ مَعْلُومٌ لِلسَّائِلِ وَالْمَحْرُومِ. Right? So they know they have this amount that they have to spend for the poor and needy. Right? And those deprived. وَالَّذِينَ يُصَدِّقُونَ بِيَوْمِ الدِّينِ. Those who believe in يوم القيامة. والذين هم من عذاب ربهم مشفقون. إن عذاب ربهم غير مأمون. والذين هم لفروجهم حافظون. Those who safeguard their private parts. إلا على أزواجهم أو ما ملكت أيمانهم فإنهم غير ملومين. فمن ابتغى وراء ذلك فأولئك هم العادون. والذين هم لأماناتهم وعهدهم راعون. Those who preserve their promises and their trust. والذين هم بشهاداتهم قائمون. Those who stand right by their testimonies. والذين هم على صلاتهم يحافظون أولئك في جنات مكرمون. فما للذين كفروا قبلك مهطعين. So what is the matter with those who disbelieve, right, hastening before you? For Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, أَيَطْمَعُ كُلُّ امْرِئٍ مِّنْهُمْ أَن يَدْخُلَ جَنَّةَ نَعِيمٍ. Does everyone think, right, amongst them, are they those who aspire to enter into Jannah? كَلَّا إِنَّا خَلَقْنَاهُم مِّمَّا يَعْلَمُونَ فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِرَبِّ الْمَشَارِقِ وَالْمَغَارِبِ إِنَّا لَقَادِرُونَ على أن نبدل خيرا منهم وما نحن بمسبوقين. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants, you can replace all of this. This is Surah Ma'arij. You can replace all of this. فَذَرْهُمْ يَخُوضُوا وَيَلْعَبُوا حَتَّى يُلَاقُوا يَوْمَهُمُ الَّذِي يُوعَدُونَ. So let them enjoy this life, because Allahu Akbar. الدنيا is سجن المؤمن, right? And this dunya is Jannatul Kafir. Akhirah inshallah is Jannatul Mu'min and Sijnul Kafir. Right? So let them enjoy whatever they want to do. They deny this day. This will come to them. يوم يخرجون من الأجداث سراعا كأنهم إلى نصب يوفضون خاشعة أبصارهم ترهقهم ذلة ذلك اليوم الذي كانوا يوعدون. Right? So let them enjoy this life, whatever they want to do in this life. But a day will come when on Yawm al-Qiyamah they will go through pain. And subhanAllah, on Yawm al-Qiyamah, it'll be such a day that Falat Tasma, subhanAllah, understand this, that when you have a crowd, there's ruckus, there's a lot of noise, right? Someone's crying, someone's doing this, or other things. On Yawm al-Qiyamah, Falat Tasma'u illa hamsa. The only thing people will hear on Yawm al-Qiyamah is feet. The sound that when you walk, right? The sound of the feet walking towards mahshar. That's the only thing people will hear. They would look, and certain people, they will look at others, right? They don't have the audacity. When you're in a crowd, let's say someone's at trouble or someone's going through something, right? You look at him. But let's say there's so much fear upon you that you don't dare move your head, right? You don't dare move your eyes. So they would look at one another through from the corners of their eyes. That's how much fear will be on disbelievers on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Moving on to Surah Nuh. إِنَّا أَرْسَلْنَا نُوحًا إِلَىٰ قَوْمِهِ أَنْ أَنذِرْ قَوْمَكَ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَهُمْ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. Indeed, we had sent Nuh alayhi salam to his nation to warn his nation before a punishment befalls them, severe punishment. قَالَ يَا قَوْمِ إِنِّي لَكُمْ نَذِيرٌ مُبِينٌ. O my people, O my nation, I am a warner to you. أن اعبدوا الله واتقوه وأطيعون يغفر لكم من ذنوبكم ويؤخركم إلى أجل مسمى إن أجل الله إذا جاء لا يؤخر لو كنتم تعلمون. That you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you fear Him, you obey me. يغفر لكم من ذنوبكم ويؤخركم إلى أجل مسمى. I'm calling you towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Drop these weapons of disobedience. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive your sins. And also know this, that when the time of when your expiration comes, when the time for you to die comes, that time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not delay. لو كنتم تعلمون قال ربي إني دعوت قومي ليلا ونهارا فلم يزدهم دعائي إلا فرارا. Allahu Akbar. Right? We need to be patient today. You have people who say, I call this person, or I call them towards this organization, or I call them to sit for this gathering. I call them towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's not listening. Let us not become impatient. Right? Nuh alayhi salam, who served the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for nearly 950 years, إِنِّي دَعَوْتُ قَوْمِي لَيْلًا وَنَهَارًا. Right? People, we do few amal throughout the day and we sleep throughout the night. Right? His amal was such that he would call people to, throughout the day, throughout the night. فَلَمْ يَزِدْهُمْ دُعَائِي إِلَّا فِرَارًا. And in response to this, Allahu Akbar, people would just run away. وَإِنِّي كلما دعوتهم لتغفر لهم جعلوا أصابعهم في آذانهم واستغشوا ثيابهم وأصروا واستكبروا استكبارا. Allahu Akbar. It comes that Nuh alayhi salam, when he used to invite people towards the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he would get pelted with stones and stones and stones. Allahu Akbar. I don't want to go into too many details. We're already a little late today. وإني كلما دعوتهم لتغفر لهم. Whenever he would call them towards the forgiveness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, جعلوا أصابعهم في آذانهم. Right? Just for example, you tell your child something and he puts his ears in his ears. You know how disrespectful that is, and you know how frustrated parents become at that point. They're aggravated. Right? Just imagine this. He is trying to tell them about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's telling them about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala will do this to you. This will happen. That will happen. Right? And as we'll read in the upcoming ayahs as well. But they would cover themselves with their clothing, with their clothes, and they would put their fingers in their ears. ثم إني دعوتهم جهارا. Wait, then I made an open call. ثم إني أعلنت لهم وأسررت لهم إسرارا. Then in closed gatherings, in private gatherings. فَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا. Allahu Akbar. If we go by this, we understand that a lot of our problems will be solved today. Right? On one occasion, a person comes to Hussein radiallahu anhu, and he says that I have a lot of sins. I've done a lot of sins. So he tells him, do istighfar. Another person comes and he says, there's a drought here. We want rain. So he says, tell me a remedy. What should I do? So Hussein radiallahu anhu tells him, do istighfar. Another person comes. He said, I'm poor. I need wealth. Right? He says, go do istighfar. Another person comes and says, I need children. Right? And I need gardens. So he says, do istighfar. Now a person says, Allahu Akbar. What remedy are you giving them? Wa alaikum assalam to those who have just joined. What remedy are you giving them? You're saying istighfar to everything, subhanAllah. So he says, this is not my remedy. This is the remedy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us. Right? فَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا. You do istighfar to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive your sins, because إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا. Not only this, by doing istighfar, يُرْسِلِ السَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِدْرَارًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will descend rain. Right? Now you have, and subhanAllah, Allah ta'ala says, وَيُمْدِدْكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ. By doing istighfar, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will aid you. He will provide money for you. وَبَنِينَ, and children. وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ جَنَّاتٍ وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ أَنْهَارًا. By doing istighfar, He will also give you gardens and rivers. Allahu Akbar. Just by one istighfar, just by doing istighfar, we can see the benefits, right? Now it is up to us, right? مَنْ جَاهَدَ فَإِنَّمَا يُجَاهِدُ لِنَفْسِهِ. Right? You strive, you make an effort today, you do it for yourself, you don't do it for anyone else. You become a doctor, you're becoming a doctor for yourself. You become an engineer, you don't become an engineer for your teacher, for your classmates, for your parents. It's for yourself, it's for your benefit, right? So you do istighfar, it's for your benefit, right? مَا لَكُمْ لَا تَرْجُونَ لِلَّهِ وَقَارًا وَقَدْ خَلَقَكُمْ أَطْوَارًا. Allah Ta'ala has created you. Why is it that you don't turn to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala? Indeed, He's created you in stages. You know how you see how, and this is a miracle of the Quran as well, that you ask a doctor that what are the stages that a baby goes through, right? So they'll tell you it's a cell, and this happens, and that happens, and this happens, right? أَلَمْ تَرَوْا كَيْفَ خَلَقَ اللَّهُ سَبْعَ سَمَاوَاتٍ طِبَاقًا. Don't they see how Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has created the skies in layers? وَجَعَلَ الْقَمَرَ فِيهِنَّ نُورًا وَجَعَلَ الشَّمْسَ سِرَاجًا وَاللَّهُ أَنبَتَكُم مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ نَبَاتًا ثُمَّ يُعِيدُكُم فِيهَا وَيُخْرِجُكُم إِخْرَاجًا. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is the one who has given us these fruits that we eat, the vegetables. وَاللَّهُ جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْأَرْضَ بِسَاطًا. He is the one who spread this earth. لِتَسْلُكُوا مِنْهَا سُبُلًا فِجَاجًا. قال نوح ربي إنهم عصوني واتبعوا من لم يزده ماله وولده إلا خسارة. Ya Allah, they call onto these idols, it is all in vain, Ya Allah. They have disobeyed me. وَمَكْرُوا مَكْرًا كُبَّارًا وَقَالُوا لَا تَذَرُنَّ آلِهَتَكُمْ وَلَا تَذَرُنَّ وَدًّا وَلَا سُوَاعًا وَلَا يَغُوثَ وَيَعُوقَ وَنَسْرًا. Right, there are 5 idols. Wad, Suwa, Yaghuth, Ya'uq, and Nasra. They said we can't leave them. وَقَدْ أَذَلُّوا كَثِيرًا. And they've misled many. وَلَا تَزِدِ الظَّالِمِينَ إِلَّا ضَلَالًا مِمَّا خَطِيئَاتِهِمْ أُغْرِقُوا فَأُدْخِلُوا نَارًا فَلَمْ يَجِدُوا لَهُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ أَنصَارًا. But because of their sins they were drowned, and because of their sins they'll be made to enter into fire of Jahannam. فَلَمْ يَجِدُوا لَهُم مِّن دُونِ اللَّهِ أَنصَارًا. وقال نوح ربي لا تذر, and this is the dua of Nuh alayhi salam. وقال نوح ربي لا تذر على الأرض من الكافرين ديارا إنك إن تذرهم يضل عبادك ولا يلد إلا فاجرا كفارا. Ya Allah, don't leave a single kafir on the face of this earth, a single disbeliever on the face of this earth. Ya Allah, they will only wreak havoc. They will only mislead people. رب اغفر لي ولوالدي ولمن دخل بيتي مؤمنا وللمؤمنين والمؤمنات ولا تزد الظالمين إلا تبارا. We're on to Surah Jinn. قل أوحي إلي أنه استمع نفر من الجن فقالوا إنا سمعنا قرآنا عجبا يهدي إلى الرشد فآمنا به ولن نشرك بربنا أحدا. Say, O Muhammad, Rasulullah, it has been revealed to me that a group of jinn listened and said, indeed we have heard an amazing Quran. Something amazing. يهدي إلى الرشد فآمنا به ولن نشرك بربنا أحدا. We will not associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is, it leads a person towards good. وأنه تعالى جد ربنا ما اتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is alone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not taken anyone as a wife nor a son. وأنا ظننا أن لن تقول الإنس والجن على الله كذبا. Allahu Akbar. Right, and now see, they're realizing and they're saying that وَأَنَّا ظَنَنَّا أَلَّنْ تَقُولَ الْإِنسُ وَالْجِنُّ عَلَى اللَّهِ كَذِبًا. And we had thought that mankind and the jinn would never speak about Allah a lie. وَأَنَّهُ كَانَ رِجَالٌ مِنَ الْإِنسِ يَعُوذُونَ بِرِجَالٍ مِنَ الْجِنِّ فزادوهم رهقا وأنهم ظنوا كما ظننتم أن لن يبعث الله أحدا. And they would think the way you think, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not resurrect anyone. وأنا لمسنا السماء فوجدناها ملئت حرسا شديدا وشهبا وأنا كنا نقعد منها مقاعد للسمع فمن يستمع الآن يجد له شهابا رصدا وأنا لا ندري أشر أريد بمن في الأرض أم أراد بهم ربهم رشدا. And we do not know, therefore, whether evil is intended for those on earth or whether their Lord intends for them a right course. وَأَنَّا مِنَّا الصَّالِحُونَ وَمِنَّا دُونَ ذَلِكَ كُنَّا طَرَائِقَ قِدَدًا. And amongst us are those who are pious. وَمِنَّا دُونَ ذَلِكَ كُنَّا طَرَائِقَ قِدَدًا وَأَنَّا ظَنَنَّا أَن لَّن نُّعْجِزَ اللَّهَ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَن نُّعْجِزَهُ هَرَبًا. And we have become certain that we will never cause failure to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon earth, and وَلَن نُّعْجِزَهُ هَرَبًا. And we can't run away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We won't tire him. وَأَنَّا لَمَّا سَمِعْنَا الْهُدَىٰ آمَنَّا بِهِ. And when we heard the guidance, we believed in it. فَمَن يُؤْمِن بِرَبِّهِ فَلَا يَخَافُ بَخْسًا وَلَا بَخْسًا وَلَا رَهَقًا. And who believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَلَا يَخَافُ بَخْسًا وَلَا رَهَقًا. He will not fear deprivation nor burden. وَأَنَّا مِنَّا الْمُسْلِمُونَ وَمِنَّا الْقَاسِطُونَ. Amongst us are Muslims, right, who submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and amongst us are those who are unjust, right? مَنْ أَسْلَمَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ تَحَرَّوْا رَشَدًا وَأَمَّا الْقَاسِطُونَ فَكَانُوا لِجَهَنَّمَ حَطَبًا. Those unjust, they are the firewood of Jahannam. وَأَن لَّوْ اسْتَقَامُوا عَلَى طَرِيقَةٍ لَأَسْقَيْنَاهُم مَّاءً غَدَقًا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed that if they had remained straight on the way, we would have given them abundant provision. لنفتنهم فيه ومن يعرض عن ذكر ربه يسلكه عذابا صعدا وأن المساجد لله فلا تدعوا مع الله أحدا. That these masajid are for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So do not invoke with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anyone. وأنه لما قام عبد الله يدعوه كادوا يكونون عليه لبدا. And when the servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stood up supplicating him, they almost became about him a compacted mass. قل إنما أدعو ربي ولا أشرك به أحدا قل إني لا أملك لكم ضرا ولا رشدا قل إني لن يجيرني من الله أحد. Right? Tell them that I only call unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ولا أشرك به أحدا. I do not associate any partners. قل إني لا أملك لكم ضرا ولا رشدا. And I don't hold anything of you from either it's whether we talk about some pain or gain. So ضر, any harm, and رشد, any right direction. قل إني لن يجيرني من الله أحد. Right? No one is to save me but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ولن أجد من دونه ملتحدا إلا بلاغ من الله ورسالاته ومن يعص الله ورسوله فإن له نار جهنم خالدين فيها أبدا حتى إذا رأوا ما يوعدون فسيعلمون من أضعف ناصرا وأقل عددا. Soon people will understand, they will realize when they see the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who is on the right track. قل إن أدري أقريب ما توعدون أم يجعل له ربي أمدا عالم الغيب فلا يظهر على غيبه أحدا. Right? This is what we have to understand as well. علم الغيب عالم الغيب فلا يظهر على غيبه أحدا. Right? Our belief that علم of غيب, only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has علم of غيب. إلا من ارتضى من رسول فإنه يسلك من بين يديه ومن خلفه رصدا. Do prophets have علم of غيب? They don't have علم of غيب. إلا ما ارتضى من رسول فإنه يسلك من بين يديه ومن خلفه رصدا. Except those prophets whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes to give them some knowledge of غيب, right? But knowledge of غيب belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ليعلم أن قد أبلغوا رسالات ربهم وأحاط بما لديهم وأحصى كل شيء عددا. Moving on to the next surah. يا أيها المزمل قم الليل إلا قليلا نصفه أو انقص منه قليلا أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا. Right? Now, talking about قيام. إنا سنلقي عليك قولا ثقيلا إن ناشئة الليل هي أشد وطئا وأقوم قيلا إن لك في النهار سبحا طويلا. Okay? That you have to go and travel in the masses of people. SubhanAllah, this was the job of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and yet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would take time out for his family and for everyone else, right? So we can't say today that we're busy with this and that, right? We need to take time out for everyone as well. واذكر اسم ربك وتبتل إليه تبتيلا رب المشرق والمغرب لا إله إلا هو فاتخذه وكيلا. Make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, take him as your take him as your guardian right? Someone who handles your affairs. واصبر على ما يقولون واهجرهم هجرا جميلا وذرني والمكذبين أولي النعمة ومهلهم قليلا إن لدينا أنكالا وجحيما وطعاما ذا غصة وعذابا أليما يوم ترجف الأرض والجبال وكانت الجبال كثيبا مهيلا إنا أرسلنا إليكم رسولا شاهدا عليكم كما أرسلنا إلى فرعون رسولا. We have sent you as a messenger to them. That we sent a messenger to فرعون. فعصى فرعون الرسول فأخذناه أخذا وبيلا فكيف تتقون إن كفرتم يوما يجعل الولدان شيبا السماء منفطر به كان وعده مفعولا. How is it that we'll just move forward. إن هذه تذكرة. All of this is a reminder. من شاء اتخذ إلى ربه سبيلا. إن ربك يعلم أنك تقوم أدنى من ثلثي الليل ونصفه وثلثه وطائفة من الذين معك. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is aware that you stand in prayer almost 2/3 of the night, or half of it, or a third of it, right? And a group of those, and a group amongst you, right? They stand with you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala determines the extent of the night and the day, and He has known that you, O Muslims, will not be able to do it, and has turned you in forgiveness. Right? Allahu Akbar. This is subhanAllah, Allahu Akbar. We have to understand as well. This is the ease that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to this ummah. Right? When it comes to tahajjud salah, when it comes to qiyam al-layl, not offering, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hasn't given a specific amount that you have to, and He hasn't forced it, and He hasn't, we haven't been instructed, right, that a person has, and a person gets up, and a person stands up for half of the night. No, right? إن ربك يعلم أنك تقوم أدنى من ثلثي الليل ونصفه وثلثه وطائفة من الذين معك والله يقدر الليل والنهار علم أن لن تحصوه فتاب عليكم. الله أكبر. Right? قم الليل إلا قليلا نصفه أو انقص منه قليلا. Right? نصفه. Now this is in the beginning, right? And this is now becoming mansukh. That you stand for half of the night. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, look at the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala knows that these people, that some of them are weak, some of them are children, Allah, these couple of ayahs are so beautiful, right? وَاللَّهُ يُقَدِّرُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ عَلِمَ أَن لَّن تُحْصُوهُ. It's very hard for insan, right, to understand that, what is half, what exactly is half, right? قُمِ اللَّيْلَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا نِصْفَهُ أَوْ انْقُصْ مِنْهُ قَلِيلًا. What is half? What is this? What are 3 portions of the night, right? What is 1/3, and so on and so forth, right? So Allahu Akbar. فَقْرَؤُوا عَلِمَ أَن لَّن تُحْصُوهُ فَتَابَ عَلَيْكُمْ. Allah Ta'ala, no, not a problem. Allah Ta'ala has forgiven you. فَقْرَؤُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ. Read from whatever is easy. Allahu Akbar. Understand this, my dear respected brothers and sisters. When it comes to Tahajjud Salah, right? No one is telling us that you have to finish the entire Surah Baqarah. Right? That time is gone, Allahu Akbar. There were those, and they weren't obliged to do this as well, but they did this for the sake of Allah, right? No one is telling us to read the entire Surah Nisa. No one is telling us to do Allahu Akbar. فَقْرَؤُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ. Read whatever is easy for you. By Allah, if reciting on, I don't want to say this because now everyone is going to, just rely on this. But, just for the sake of it, I'll say, if reciting Surah Kafirun is easy for you in Tahajjud Salah, recite Surah Kafirun. If reciting Surah, but see, I don't want to get into the small surahs because that is the only thing we're going to recite. Someone will just, then everyone will say, it's okay if we just recite Surah Asr in one and then Surah Ghafir in the next, right? That's easy for us. But Allah, this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done for us. فَقْرَؤُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ. Whatever is easy for you, insan, Surah Ghashiyah, right, Surah A'la, whatever you want to recite, do something. Do something at least, right? عَلِمَ أَن سَيَكُونُ مِنْكُمْ مَرْضَى. Right? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that they can't do this because they can't calculate the night and this and that. The night is long, right? Because He knows that there are sick amongst you. وَآخَرُونَ يَضْرِبُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ يَبْتَغُونَ مِنْ فَضْلِ اللَّهِ وَآخَرُونَ يُقَاتِلُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ فَقْرَؤُوا مَا تَيَسَّرَ مِنْهُ. There are those who are busy. So subhanAllah, this is what we have to understand as well. Allahu Akbar. That understand this. There are those who have to go for school tomorrow. Someone has to go to university tomorrow. Someone has to go to college, right? Someone has to go for work, someone has to go for his business meeting, or so on and so forth, right? So read whatever is easy for you, but do something, right? وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَأَقْرِضُوا اللَّهَ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا, right? Then again, وما تقدموا لأنفسكم من خير تجدوه عند الله هو خير وأعظم أجرا واستغفر الله إن الله غفور رحيم. Right, after all of this, Allahu Akbar, do istighfar. Do istighfar, turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows what we do. Okay? Moving on to Surah Muddathir. يا أيها المدثر قم فأنذر وربك فكبر وثيابك فطهر والرجز فهجر ولا تمنن تستكثر ولربك فاصبر فإذا نقر في الناقور فذلك يومئذ يوم عسير على الكافرين غير يسير. Right? This day, as we did in the previous two surahs back, that 50,000 سنة, right? And kafir will see this, it'll be equivalent to 50,000 years, right? 50,000 years. I'll say it again, okay? So a Sahabi asked, Ya Rasulullah, 50,000 years? Right? That's a lot of time. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, only for a disbeliever. For a mu'min, it'll be very light, right? The duration of, subhanAllah, how light? The duration of one surah. The duration of one surah. How long does it take one to pray surah, right? If you're taking your time, like 7 minutes, 7 to 10 minutes, right? That's how, that'll be the duration of Yawm al-Qiyamah for a disbeliever. Sorry, for a believer, right? For example, now you have a guest, right? A guest comes to your house, or let's say you're in your office or something, right? And you know someone of great merit, or someone with high caliber, right? He's coming to your place. He's coming to meet you, right? You are not going to tell him, just wait in the waiting lounge for me, right? You will tell him, come inside right away, right? Without further delay, just come inside. Just come inside. We'll start. You want to bring him to your house. You want to bring him to wherever you are. Right? SubhanAllah. Or a guest, when a guest comes to your house, you want to bring him right. As soon as, subhanAllah, as soon as you know that his car has arrived, right? As soon as he gets out of his car, you want to bring him right inside, right? So they don't wait long. They don't wait for much. They don't wait for too long. So subhanAllah, that will be for a believer, right? Or it comes in another riwayah that it will be the duration between two surah, the duration between Dhuhr surah and Maghrib surah. The duration between Dhuhr surah and Asr surah, right? Or the duration between Asr and Maghrib. Allahu Akbar, even then, that is not too long, right? So, Allahu Akbar, just imagine this, right? 50,000 sana. I'll be for a kafir, right? Another, we find either 1,000 years or 50,000 years for some of them, right? على الكافرين غير يسير. It is not, that day won't be light for a kafir. ذرني ومن خلقت وحيدا وجعلت له مالا ممدودا وبنين شهودا ومهدت له تمهيدا ثم يطمع أن أزيد كلا إنه كان لآياتنا عنيدا. Right? Who are these people? They used to deny our signs. سأرهقه سعودا إنه فكر وقدر فقتل كيف قدر ثم قتل كيف قدر ثم نظر ثم عبس وبصر ثم أدبر واستكبر. And Allahu Akbar, who used to cry upon reading this? Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu. Right? Allahu Akbar. إنه فكر وقدر فقتل كيف قدر ثم قتل كيف قدر ثم نظر ثم عبس ثم وبصر ثم عبس وبصر ثم أدبر واستكبر فقال إن هذا إلا سحر يؤثر إن هذا إلا قول البشر. Who used to say this? Walid bin Mughira, right? The father of Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu. Allahu Akbar. They used to have their private meetings, right? When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he first started preaching Islam, they got together. Abu Jahl, Umayyah bin Khalaf, other leaders, they got together. And they said, what should we say? Right? So they had this meeting. They said, what should we call Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? So someone said, let's call him a kahin, a soothsayer. They said, that's not going to work. And so some said, let's call him kahin, but they said, that's not going to work, right? Then they said, let's call him majnoon. A'udhu billah, someone who's crazy, right? Or someone who's possessed by a jinn. Then they said, we can't call him that because he his actions are not like that. Then they said, let's call him this, and then they agreed to this, right? In هذا إلا قول البشر, right? So أصليه السقر. I will burn him in سقر. وما أدراك ما سقر لا تبقي ولا تذر لواحة للبشر عليها 19. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has appointed how many angels? 19. وما جعلنا أصحاب النار إلا ملائكة. Right? The ashab of nar, right? Those in Jahannam, right? So meaning the guardians or the shurta of the nar are malaika. وما جعلنا عدتهم إلا فتنة للذين كفروا. Allahu Akbar. Right? This their amount is also a source of fitna for those who disbelieve. Right? Someone may think, why the need of 19? Right? Why the need of 19? Why the need of 19 angels? Why not 2 angels? Why not 3 angels? Allahu Akbar. So this is a sign, right? وَمَا جَعَلْنَا عِدَّتَهُمْ إِلَّا فِتْنَةً لِلَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لِيَسْتَيْقِنَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ وَيَزْدَادَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِيمَانًا وَلَا يَرْتَابَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Right? It is a believer. This strengthens our iman. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has appointed 19, okay? It's hikmah. It's whatever, whatever, anything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does, it's his hikmah. Allahu Akbar. Whatever, and this is, this is that, as Muslims, we have to say sami'na wa ata'na, right? To everything. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, right? It is not for us to question, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fa'alu lima yurid. Now, it is not for a person to question that, okay, why do I have to perform tawaf 7 times? Why do I circumambulate 7 times? Why not 4? Why not 5? Why not 10? Right? Why are 4 angels carrying the arsh of Allah Ta'ala? And on Yawm al-Qiyamah, why 8? This is not for us, right? Why 2 angels? Why this? Why this? Allah, this is only a fitna, a trial, a test for those who disbelieve, right? And Allahu Akbar, وَلِيَقُولَ الَّذِينَ فِي قُلُوبِهِم مَرَضٌ وَالْكَافِرُونَ مَاذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا مَثَلًا كَذَلِكَ يُضِلُّ اللَّهُ مَن يَشَاءُ وَيَهْدِي مَن يَشَاءُ. يُضِلُّ اللَّهُ مَن يَشَاءُ وَيَهْدِي مَن يَشَاءُ وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُوَ وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ. Allahu Akbar. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also speaks of his might, right? And he speaks of his power. At the same time, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, these people, they say, مَاذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِهَذَا مَثَلًا. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala intend? Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses, throughout the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses beautiful examples. The example of this, example of mosquito, the example of a fly, the example of a dog, right? كَمَثَلِ الْكَلْبِ. So these people don't understand that. Why this? Why does Allah ta'ala use all these examples? Why does He give us all these examples? Right? كَذَلِكَ يُضِلُّ اللَّهُ مَن يَشَاءُ. Just like this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala misguides whomsoever He wishes. وَيَهْدِي مَن يَشَاءُ وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُوَ. Allahu Akbar. No one knows the army of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala besides Him. وَمَا هِيَ إِلَّا ذِكْرَى لِلْبَشَرِ كَلَّا وَالْقَمَرِ وَاللَّيْلِ إِذْ أَدْبَرَ وَالصُّبْحِ إِذَا أَسْفَرَ إِنَّهَا لَإِحْدَى الْكُبَرِ نَذِيرًا لِلْبَشَرِ لِمَنْ شَاءَ مِنْكُمْ أَنْ يَتَقَدَّمَ أَوْ يَتَأَخَّرَ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ بِمَا كَسَبَتْ رَهِينَةٌ إِلَّا أَصْحَابَ الْيَمِينِ فِي جَنَّاتٍ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. And now this is, subhanAllah, interesting, right? You know how you interview someone, right? So these people of Jannah, they're asking one another, right? And they're talking about the criminals, right? And they're asking them. This is their interview, right? مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي سَقَرَ. What what has placed you, right? فِي جَنَّاتٍ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ عَنِ الْمُجْرِمِينَ. Right? And Allah, but it comes as well. Okay, we'll get to the ayahs of ayah of Jannah later on. We'll discuss a few things about Jannah inshallah later on. عَنِ الْمُجْرِمِينَ مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي سَقَرَ. What has placed you here? Why are you here? Allah, okay. When you look at someone, someone who's at trouble or someone's crying, right? You go up to him and you ask him, what's wrong? Why are you here? What did you do? Right? So these righteous people, these people of Jannah will ask, مَا سَرَقَكُمْ فِي سَقَرَ. What happened? Where did you go wrong? What are some of the things that you did in this world? In this world, then the people of Jannah, they believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they prayed salah, they gave zakat, right? And because of that, alhamdulillah, they have Jannah. What about you? What have you done? Qalu. This is for everyone, right? And this is for Muslims as well, the Muslims of today, right? This is what they never did in this world, right? قالوا لم نكن من المصلين. We never used to offer prayer. We never prayed salah. Allahu Akbar. How many Muslims do you have on the face of this earth who, it's been 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, they haven't prayed a single salah, right? Allahu Akbar. They say, we'll pray salah when this happens, we'll pray salah when that happens, we'll pray salah when this happens. This is their response. لم قالوا لم نكن من المصلين. We never used to pray. And the other one as well. ولم نكن نطعم المسكين. Another thing, right? We never fed the poor and needy. We never fed the poor and needy, right? We never fed the poor and needy. وكنا نخوض مع الخائضين وكنا نكذب بيوم الدين. Right? We kept on denying, kept on thinking, kept on saying it's not going to come, it's not going to come. We kept on denying this day حتى أتانا اليقين, until death came to us. Then we realized, oh, okay. That's what Ali radiallahu anhu said. He said, people are sleeping. People are sleeping. Right now in this world, people are sleeping. They'll wake up when they go to their graves. Right? Allahu Akbar. Right? So right now, my dear respected brothers and sisters, the time is now. The time is now. The time is now to give in fi sabilillah. We have about a few days left until Ramadan. Give in Ramadan and give after Ramadan as well. The time right now is, it's time. Right? It's time right now for us to pray. It's time to do things. It's time to get going. Right? It's time to start the car. It's time to start the engine and just start rolling your vehicle. Right? حتى أتانا اليقين. And one thing, Allahu Akbar, one thing you have to understand. And I hope everyone understands this as well. This is this should be your source of motivation. You know how we have competition in everything, right? We compete. How university students, they compete for marks. Today we compete for different things. The women folk, they compete for their cooking and so on and so forth. We compete, right? We need to compete for the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as Sahaba radiallahu anhum ajma'in did, right? Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, Umar radiallahu anhu, Umar radiallahu anhu brings half of his wealth, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu brings all of his wealth, right? Competing for what? Not for fame or anything, right? But who can get closer to Rasulullah and who can get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا, right? Excuse me. لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. Allah Ta'ala wants to see which one of you will come to me with the most, and subhanAllah, Allahu Akbar, it's an open competition, right? An open competition to all the Muslims, right? To everyone, to everyone, that which one of you will come to me with the most, with the greatest amount of deeds, right? Allahu Akbar. And this is, a source of motivation for us. اقرأ كتابك كفى بنفسك اليوم عليك حسب. Everyone, you have your own car. Everyone's got their own pen, their own pencil. You have your own test. Right? Don't look at anyone else. Obviously, you can look at them for as a source of motivation, right? As a source of motivation. For example, let's say you go to you have those competitions, those science fairs or something, right? You look at a project, and that project seems very nice, and you look at your project and you say, you know what, I have to step up my game. I have to do something. I have to do something else. Allahu Akbar. Step up your game. Step up your game. You see someone's poster, it looks very, very nice. You look at your poster, you're like, no, it doesn't look that nice. What do you have to? You have to step up your game, right? So you need to do that. Someone, Allahu Akbar, memorize Quran, read Quran, learn Tafseer, do so many other things, right? Step up your game. Step up your game. This Ramadan should be a game changer for you, right? Step up your game. Motivate yourself. Do something which you haven't done before, right? Memorize Hadith, or enroll yourself in different various programs, right? Allahu Akbar, right? So get yourself involved in all of these things, right? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the understanding. فما تنفعهم شفاعة الشافعين فما لهم عن التذكرة معرضين كأنهم حمر مستنفرة فرت من قسورة بل يريد كل امرئ منهم أن يؤتى صحفا منشرة كلا بل لا يخافون الآخرة كلا إنه تذكرة فمن شاء ذكر وما يذكرون إلا أن يشاء الله وأهل التقوى وأهل المغفرة. Right? These people, and their state is such, Allahu Akbar, you have those people who who didn't pray, who never prayed, they never gave zakat from this ummah. Okay, Allahu Akbar. You have Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam who will intercede, right, for these people, and who and his obviously his intercession will be accepted. You have pious people, they will intercede on their behalf. Right? They will say, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, forgive them, Ya Allah, forgive them. You have pious awliya of Allah who will intercede, right? But for these people, for these disbelievers, فَمَا تَنْفَعُهُمْ شَفَاعَةُ شَافِعِينَ. All those who are doing shifa, who are interceding, right? All those who are interceding, their intercession will not help these people. They won't help these disbelievers. Okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us. Moving on to the next surah. لا أقسم بيوم القيامة ولا أقسم بالنفس اللوامة أيحسب الإنسان أن لن نجمع عظامه. Does the insan think that we will not gather up his bones, that he will not come to us? ولا قادرين على أن نسوي بنانا. Right? This was discovered nearly in 1928 or so. Right? 1928. Right? Fingerprints, roughly around that time. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks of this, and He has spoken of this many years back. We will recognize people on Yawm al-Qiyamah by their fingertips. وَلْيُرِيدُ الْإِنسَانُ لِيَفْتُرَ أَمَامَهُ يَسْأَلُ أَيَّانَ يَوْمُ الْقِيَامَةِ فَإِذَا بَرِقَ الْبَصَرُ. These people ask about Yawm al-Qiyamah. فَإِذَا بَرِقَ الْبَصَرُ وَخَسَفَ الْقَمَرُ وَجُمِعَ الشَّمْسُ وَالْقَمَرُ يَقُولُ الْإِنسَانُ يَوْمَئِذٍ أَيْنَ الْمَفَرُ. On that day, when everything will just collapse, right? On that day, insan will say, where do I go? Where do I hide? Where do I hide? Right? You have let's say a tsunami is coming, right? Or let's say a tornado hits a place, right? You say, you know what? Let me move on to the next city. Let me move on to the next city, right? Allahu Akbar. On Yawm al-Qiyamah, every place, every city, everything is going through trouble. Okay, just 1 second. I'll be back, inshallah. Yes, so where can I hide? Where can I hide? But there is no shelter, right? We have to understand this as well. Allahu Akbar. This is a little off topic, but I'll still say this. Not related to Surah Qiyamah, but see, in this day, today's session, okay, it will be a little long today because I know some of you have joined late. We're almost done, inshallah, anyways. Qiyamah, Dahr, and then more Salat, and then we'll talk a little bit about Jannah. So, understand this, right? On Yawm al-Qiyamah, okay, I'm trying to, inshallah, I'm trying my best to wrap things up. On Yawm al-Qiyamah, about this topic. On Yawm al-Qiyamah, right, comes in a hadith, right, mentioned by Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. سَبَعَةٌ يُذِلُّهُمُ اللَّهُ فِي ظِلِّهِ يَوْمَ لَا ظِلَّ إِلَّا ظِلُّهُ. Today you feel hot, today, it's a sunny day, you can come inside, you save yourself from the sun, or you go under a tree. On that day, there is no shade. No umbrellas, no shelter, nothing, besides the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? 7 people. I'll only talk about one of them. One of them is a person who gives sadaqah in such a manner, he gives sadaqah with his right hand, right? And he gives sadaqah in such a manner where the left hand is unaware what the right hand has spent in fi sabilillah, right? And Allahu Akbar. I'm saying this to encourage everyone to give more and more, inshallah, in fi sabilillah, because we have about 2-3 days left, right? Not too many days left, right? So spend as much as you can in fi sabilillah. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the earth, right, Ja'ala Tamid, began to shake and tremble, ثم خلق الله الجبال. Thereafter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the mountains, right? Al-jibala awtada, right? Mountains are pegs. As Allah ta'ala has created mountains as pegs, right? So the earth doesn't move. So the earth stopped shaking. Wa alaikum salam to those who have just joined. So the earth stopped shaking, right? Then the angels asked, Ya Rab, hal min khalqika shay'un ashaddu min al-jibal? Ya Allah, amongst your creation, is there anything which is superior than the mountains, stronger than the mountains? He said, yes. قال نعم, al-hadid, iron. So the angels asked again, Ya Rab, hal min khalqika shay'un ashaddu min al-hadid? Ya Allah, is there anything amongst your creation which is stronger than iron, superior than iron? He said, yes, an-nar, because fire can mold iron. They said, okay, Ya Rab, هل من خلقك شيء أشد من النار? Ya Allah, is there anything amongst your creation which is stronger than fire? قال نعم, said yes, الماء, water, because water can extinguish fire. Ya Rab, هل من خلقك شيء أشد من الماء? Ya Allah, is there anything which is stronger than water? قال نعم, الريح, wind, right? Because wind can scatter and move water. Ya Rab, هل من خلقك شيء أشد من الريح? Ya Allah, is there anything which is stronger than the wind? قال نعم, said yes. When son of Adam gives charity with his right hand, in such a manner where the left hand is aware, when the left hand is unaware of what the right hand has spent in fi sabilillah. Right? So, وَمَا لَكُمْ أَلَّا تُنْفِقُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ? Why is it that you don't spend? Why is it that you don't spend in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Right? So these deeds will save us on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Okay? And inshallah, like I said, this person who gives sadaqah in this manner, right, who gives sadaqah, and fi sabilillah, for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allahu Akbar, this person will be under the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sab'atun, and know this, on that day, you can't call anyone, no 911, no firefighter there, right? You can't call anyone on Yawm al-Qiyamah, right? You can only call on to Allah ta'ala, that's it, right? So, please do this, okay? Moving forward. Okay, you only have about a few days left, so Allah Ta'ala will multiply your generous donations, okay? Your generous contributions. May Allah Ta'ala give us the understanding. Ameen. أين المفر? Okay, where do I run to? You can't run to anywhere. كلا لا وزر إلى ربك يومئذ المستقر. Okay, now I have to move a little fast, and I hope everyone can stick around. ينبأ الإنسان يومئذ بما قدم وأخر بل الإنسان على نفسه بصيرة ولو ألقى معاذيره. لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به. Allahu Akbar. Now this, my teachers used to say, this was for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it's for us. Allahu Akbar. And I'll tell you how. لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به إن علينا جمعه وقرآنه. Right? When Wahi used to, when Jibreel alayhi salam would descend with Wahi, right, with his Quran, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he would move his lips fast in order to memorize it. Right? So the Quran says, "Inna la tuharrik bihi lisanaka lita'jala bi." Don't hasten. Don't move your tongue very fast. Don't try to don't try to do this so you can, in order to memorize it. Inna alayna jama'ahu wa qur'ana. We will put this in your heart. Now, Allahu Akbar. You have a child who studies for 3 hours. He can't memorize a single page, a single chapter of biology book, and you have a child, a small boy or a small girl who's 8 years old or 7 years old. She sits down or he sits down for about 15 minutes and they memorize nearly 2 pages or half a page. Who is doing this? Inna alayna jam'ahu wa qur'ana. Oh insan, we're doing this. It's upon us. لا تحرك به لسانك لتعجل به. Okay? فإذا قرأناه فاتبع قرآنه ثم إن علينا بيانه كلا بل تحبون العاجلة وتذرون الآخرة وجوه يومئذ ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة. Right? These people are those who just love, and this is the quality of insan, right? We just want to see things right away, right? And subhanAllah, astaghfirullah, na'udhu billah, when the ayahs were revealed, right? They would say, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. When is the punishment going to come to us? When is the punishment going to come to us? It's been a long time, and they used to mock and laugh. وجوه يومئذ ناظرة إلى ربها ناظرة ووجوه يومئذ باسرة. Right? On that day you'll have pairs too, right? On that day you'll have faces which will be radiant, looking at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ووجوه يومئذ باسرة تظن أن يفعل بها فاقرة. الله أكبر. كلا إذا بلغت التراقي وقيل من راق وظن أنه الفراق والتفت الساق بالساق إلى ربك يومئذ المساق فلا صدق ولا صلى. Right? Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. See, then we don't have time right now. Honestly, I apologize once again to delve into each and every single thing. But once again, right, talking about these people, these bad people, over and over again, you find out what were two of their qualities, bad qualities that they had, right? Number one, they never offered salah, and number two, they never gave sadaqah, right? فَلَا صَدَّقَ وَلَا صَلَّى. ولكن كذب وتولى ثم ذهب إلى أهله يتمطى أولى لك فأولى ثم أولى لك فأولى أيحسب الإنسان أن يترك سدى. Another thing you have to understand is an insan think that he will just be left, right? He'll be left and he can do whatever he wants. He'll be left alone. That he can hurt whoever he wants. He can steal the money of that person, kill this person, run freely, run his own show. No. Right. Right. Now, فَلَا صَدَقَ وَلَا صَلَّى here, it means, صَدَقَ here means that this person didn't accept it, okay? وَلَا صَلَّى, and he didn't offer. But however, you find out throughout the Quran, two qualities that they possessed, right? One of them being that they never offered salah, right? لَمْ نَكُن مِنَ الْمُصَلِّينَ وَلَمْ نَكُن نُطْعِمُ الْمِسْكِينَ, right? Feeding the poor, right? ألم يكن نطفة من مني يمنى ثم كان علقة فخلق فسوى فجعل منه زوجين الذكر والأنثى أليس ذلك بقادر على أن يحيي الموتى بلى. Right? Indeed, Allah Ta'ala has the power to do anything and everything, right? To resurrect people and to punish people and to forgive people. And moving on to Surah Dahr. هل أتى على الإنسان حين من الدهر لم يكن شيئا مذكورا. لم يكن شيئا مذكورا. Today, why does insan, now elaborating on this, why does insan think that he has power today, he has his name today, he has fame today? Who has given him all of this? Right? Why does insan forget? Right? Why does insan forget? لم يكن شيئا مذكورا. Today, this person, this doctor or this engineer, he sees his name on billboards and now he takes pride, and now he builds pride and he says, I've done all of this, I've done this, blah, 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 this and that. No, who is the one who's given you all of this, right? Had it not been for that intellect that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you, you wouldn't have become a doctor. إِنَّا خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِن نُطْفَةٍ أَمْشَاجٍ نَبْتَلِيهِ فَجَعَلْنَاهُ سَمِيعًا بَصِيرًا. Allahu Akbar. Another miracle of the Quran. Today, science will tell you the production of ears, when a baby is born, right? His hearing comes before his seeing. Well, this is something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already said in the Quran. فَجَعَلْنَاهُ سَمِيعًا بَصِيرًا. We have made him سَمِيعًا بَصِيرًا. Hearing and seeing, right? Ears before eyes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already said this to us. إِنَّا هَدِينَاهُ السَّبِيلَ إِمَّا شَاكِرًا وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا. Right? We have guided them. We have shown them a path, right? إنا هديناه السبيل إما شاكرا وإما كفورا إنا أعتدنا للكافرين السلاسل وأغلالا وسعيرا إن الأبرار يشربون من كأس كان مزاجها كافورا عينا يشرب بها عباد الله يفجرونها تفجيرا. Now, see, right now is not the need to talk about Jannah, because once we are done with Surah Mursalat, we'll come back and we'll talk about Jannah, a few things about Jannah, inshallah. So right now, we're just moving on. Right? Because if we take too much time right now, then we have Mursalat, and then we will come back to Jannah. It will take too much time. Right? عباد الله يفجرونها تفجيرا يوفون بالنذر ويخافون يوما كان شره مستطيرا ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا. Allahu Akbar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks of his righteous slaves. ويطعمون الطعام على حبه. Now see, then again, مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا. Right? And this is also, alhamdulillah, one of my favorite ayahs. These were those who used to feed the poor and needy. Right? ويطعمون الطعام على حبه مسكينا ويتيما وأسيرا. And now another thing we read in Tafseer is that ala hubbihi, meaning that this person, right, he's also in need of money, but he spends it. We're all in need of money. Okay, there isn't a single person who can say, I'm not in need of money. Everyone is in need of money, right, for your bills and so on and so forth, right? You're in need of money, but you still spend money on orphans, right, on poor people, on orphans and asira, captives. إنما نطعمكم, and Allahu Akbar, one of my other favorite ayahs. إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله. We only fed you, right? This is what they're saying. This is their quality. We only fed them for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا. We didn't want our names to be put up there. We didn't want anything, we didn't do this so people can appreciate us, right? This is just a side note, right? Today, this is just my take on this. I don't know how everyone else feels on this. Today when you invest into something, in an organization, or let's say you sponsor someone, right? Or all these things. Or for example, you make a generous contribution to a masjid or something, right? What we do is that we want our names to be put up there, right? Oh, mashallah. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, right? This is my personal take. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying don't do this, do this. I'm not saying anything like this, right? We put our names up there and we say, so people can understand, people can recognize, and mashallah, this doctor has given this much money, mashallah, he gave 500,000 or this and that, right? This is just my personal take. I would advise you not to do it, right? Not to, because look, there's so many, factors. Honestly, I don't want to delve into those factors, how pride can kick in, how this can kick in, so on and so forth. But this is my personal take. Those who are doing it, I'm not saying they're wrong. Okay, just to clarify, those who are doing it, I'm not saying they're at fault. But this is just my personal take. I wouldn't do it, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? وَأَسِرُّوا قَوْلَكُمْ أَوْ اجْهَرُوا بِهِ إِنَّهُ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. Right? وَهُوَ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. Allah ta'ala knows what's in the hearts. And on Yawm al-Qiyamah, whatever's in the hearts, it will come forth. Allah ta'ala will take it out. He will extract it, right? If you are doing it for the sake of Allah ta'ala, you don't need to have your name put up there. Allah ta'ala knows, right? And subhanAllah, people may call you stingy, this, and Allah ta'ala knows what you're doing, right? So you don't need to fear anyone, right? إِنَّمَا نُطْعِمُكُمْ لِوَجْهِ اللَّهِ لَا نُرِيدُ مِنْكُمْ جَزَاءً وَلَا شُكُورًا. Nothing in return, no compensation, no form of gratitude. We only did it to please Allah ta'ala. إِنَّا نَخَافُ مِنْ رَبِّنَا يَوْمًا عَبُوسًا قَمْطَرِيرًا. We feared يوم القيامة. We fear this day. فَوَقَاهُمُ اللَّهُ شَرَّ ذَلِكَ الْيَوْمِ وَلَقَاهُمْ نَثْرَةً وَسُرُورًا وَجَزَاهُمْ بِمَا صَبَرُوا جَنَّةً وَحَرِيرًا. These righteous slaves of mine, they made silk haram on themselves. Today I will give them silk. Today I will make silk halal for these righteous men. جنة وحريرا متكئين فيها على الأرائك لا يرون فيها شمسا ولا زمهريرا. No need for a jacket, no need for shorts in Jannah, right? No sun, you don't feel any heat and no cold. وَدَانِيَةً عَلَيْهِمْ ظِلَالِهَا وَذُلِّلَتْ قُطُوفُهَا تَذْلِيلًا. Right? And I said this a few days back as well. You look at a tree, or you want something, that branch will be lowered, right? And you'll be able to consume fruit. وَيُطَافُ عَلَيْهِمْ بِآنِيَةٍ مِّن فِضَّةٍ وَأَكْوَابٍ كَانَتْ قَوَارِيرًا. Today, how you go to these. Now, I'm not saying we go to these expensive and high-end gatherings, but I'm saying, how we see this, how disbelievers, they have their meetings and they have their their parties, and you have the waiters going around serving beer, serving wine, right? On that day, you have halal sharab, right? You have halal, right? وَيُطَافُ عَلَيْهِمْ بِآنِيَةٍ مِّن فِضَّةٍ وَأَكْوَابٍ كَانَتْ قَوَارِيرًا. الله أكبر. قوارير من فضة قدروها تقديرا ويسقون فيها كأسا كان مزاجها زنجبيلا. Right? There'll be a mixture. So these servants will present these drinks. Right? They'll present these drinks. They'll come to us with these drinks. Right? Mixture of ginger. Right? Now it's not the ginger of this world. Right? It's Allahu Akbar. It's completely different. Right? عينا فيها تسمى سلسبيلا ويطوف عليهم ولدان مخلدون إذا رأيتهم حسبتهم لؤلؤا منثورا. Right? When you see the servants, right, it'll be as if they're scattered pearls. وإذا رأيت ثم رأيت نعيما وملكا كبيرا عاليهم ثياب سندس خضر واستبرق وحلوا أساور من فضة وسقاهم ربهم شرابا طهورا. وحلوا أساور من فضة. Comes Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu says إن أهل الجنة. No, Sa'id bin Musayyib rahimahullah says, ليس أحد من أهل الجنة. There isn't a single person in Jannah إلا وفي يده ثلاثة أسورة, except he'll have three bracelets in his hand. Menfolk and the womenfolk as well, right? And it's not like don't think it's like the bracelet of this world, okay? They're completely different. سوار من ذهب, so you have a bracelet made from gold. وسوار من لؤلؤ, a bracelet from pearls. وسوار من فضة, a bracelet from silver. And it's not the silver of this world, okay? إن هذا كان لكم جزاء وكان سعيكم مشكورا. الله أكبر. Well, we said to them, كان سعيكم مشكورا, that your efforts have been appreciated. إنا نحن نزلنا عليك القرآن تنزيلا فاصبر لحكم ربك ولا تطع منهم آثما أو كفورا واذكر اسم ربك بكرة وأصيلا. Right, we already discussed this. These are the timings. Right, ومن الليل فاسجد له وسبحه ليلا طويلا. Understanding that sajda during at night holds great merit. وسبحه ليلا طويلا. And the night should be spent for worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, doing his tasbih, right? كانوا قليلا من الليل ما يهجعون وبالأسحار هم يستغفرون. This is the quality of righteous people. إن هؤلاء يحبون العاجلة ويذرون وراءهم يوما ثقيلا نحن خلقناهم وشددنا أسرهم وإذا شئنا بدلنا أمثالهم تبديلا إن هذه تذكرة فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه سبيلا وما تشاءون إلا أن يشاء الله إن الله كان عليما حكيما يدخل من يشاء في رحمته والظالمين أعد لهم عذابا أليما. All of this, honestly, my dear brothers and sisters, the fruits of Jannah, the punishment of Jahannam, this and that, scholars giving us lectures over now and every now and then, this and that. We have been giving all the tools are right before our very eyes. Right? Everything is in front of us. We choose not to do it. Imma shakira wa imma kafura. Right? You have people who, Allahu Akbar. Right? So it is up to us to just talk about it. Okay? Yeah, I'll just quickly read this and then we'll talk about Jannah. والمرسلات عرفا فالعاصفات عصفا والناشرات نشرا فالفارقات فرقا فالملقيات ذكرا عذرا أو نذرا إنما توعدون لواقع فإذا النجوم طمست وإذا السماء فرجت وإذا الجبال نسفت وإذا الرسل أقتت لأي يوم أجلت ليوم الفصل. Right? إنما توعدون لواقع. Whatever you have been promised, right? It is inevitable. It is going to happen, right? And then giving details of how everything is going to happen, how this will happen to the stars, that will happen to the mountains, the earth. This is what is going to happen to the earth. What is this? This is يوم الفصل. وما أدراك ما يوم الفصل ويل يومئذ للمكذبين ألم نهلك الأولين ثم نتبعهم الآخرين. Right? كذلك نفعل بالمجرمين. Allah, this is what we have to understand as well. The Jabbareen of the earth, and no matter how someone says, I have this in my possession, I have these, I have that many assets, this and that. Someone else, Allah Ta'ala replaces you with someone else, right? And Allah Ta'ala says, He tells them that, these people before them who had come before you, they were destroyed, and ثُمَّ نُتْبِعُهُمُ الْآخِرِينَ. Thereafter, another group of people came and they started living their lives, right? كَذَلِكَ نَفْعَلُ بِالْمُجْرِمِينَ وَيْلٌ يَوْمَئِذٍ لِلْمُكَذِّبِينَ أَلَمْ نَخْلُقكُم مِّن مَّاءٍ مَّهِينٍ فجعلناه في قرار مكين إلى قدر معلوم فقدرنا فنعم القادرون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين ألم نجعل الأرض كفاتا أحياء وأمواتا وجعلنا فيها رواسخ شامخات وأسقيناكم ماء فراتا ويل يومئذ للمكذبين انطلقوا إلى ما كنتم به تكذبون انطلقوا إلى ظل ذي ثلاث شعب لا ظليل ولا يغني من اللهب إنها ترمي بشرر كالقصر كأنه جمالة صفر ويل يومئذ للمكذبين هذا يوم لا ينطقون ولا يؤذن لهم فيعتذرون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين هذا يوم الفصل جمعناكم الأولين فإن كان لكم كيد فكيدون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين. On that day nothing is going to work, no plan, no scheme, nothing is going to work. إن المتقين في ظلال وعيون وفواكه مما يشتهون كلوا واشربوا هنيئا بما كنتم تعملون إنا كذلك نجزي المحسنين ويل يومئذ للمكذبين كلوا وتمتعوا قليلا إنكم مجرمون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين. Right? Jannah, understand this, that Allahu Akbar. Jannah, this world, let us not make our Jannah this world, right? Our real abode, our final abode is inshallah Jannah hereafter, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, obviously, because ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Obviously, Allah ta'ala, you make this dua that Allah give us good in this world and in the hereafter and save us from the punishment of Jahannam. For these people, ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وما لهم في الآخرة من خلاق. In Akhirah, they have nothing. Right? So, this is what, someone questioned me, someone asked me this question as well. I study, and, disbelievers, non-believers, they study, how come Allah Ta'ala gives them so much? How come? I said, Allahu Akbar. Let these poor people have what they need. Right? Why are you getting jealous? What's happening? Right? وَمَا لَهُمْ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَاقٍ. In Akhirah, they have nothing. Allahu Akbar, Allah Ta'ala has given you this world as well. Meaning that Allah Ta'ala has given, subhanAllah, you find so many people, right, Allahu Akbar, who are so close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them honor, dignity, wealth, and you name it. Right? Imam Malik, and subhanAllah, even today, present day, we speak of, subhanAllah, so many scholars, Allah Ta'ala has given them honor, wealth, and health, and everything, children, everything, right? In the Akhirah, Allahu Akbar, they have more. Right? So you don't need to worry why these people have this and why they're millionaires and billionaires. And just relax. We are the millionaires and billionaires of the earth. Because why? Because we have this kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammadur. وإذا قيل لهم اركعوا لا يركعون ويل يومئذ للمكذبين فبأي حديث بعده يؤمنون. Right. With this, alhamdulillah, our 20. Okay. Hey, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Quickly delving into this. I know it's already late, especially it's not too late if you're on the West Coast, but for those living in the East, it might be a little tough for you. Okay, just quickly, inshallah, we'll delve into this and we'll pray as we did this a few days back. So what happens is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا ادْخُلُوا فِي السِّلْمِ كَافَّةً وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. Okay, enter into Islam with all, whatever Islam teaches you, kaffa, entirely, with, wholeheartedly, right, with everything, with all its shara'it. وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ. Do not follow. Okay, so inshallah I will end fast if it's almost iftar time. Allahu Akbar. Just 5 to 10 more minutes max, inshallah we'll end this, okay? I thank you for your patience. Allah Ta'ala rewards you. I can't, give you anything, but may Allah Ta'ala reward you immensely, both in this world and in the hereafter. I mean, okay, so وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا خُطُوَاتِ الشَّيْطَانِ. Do not follow the footsteps of shaitan. إِنَّهُ لَكُمْ عَدُوٌّ مُبِينٌ. Okay, so إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. Now Allah Ta'ala also says, right? إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ are those who believe, those who perform righteous deeds. وَأَخْبَتُوا إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ أَيْ أَنَابُوا إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ. They turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ الْجَنَّةِ هُمْ فِيهَا خَالِدُونَ. These are the dwellers of Jannah. They will live forever and ever. Okay? Now you have this barrier between you and Jannah, right? To get to Jannah, you have to brush this. You have to go through this barrier, this wall. And what is that wall? That is death. Okay? You go to that, and then Qiyamah takes place, right? Then on Qiyamah, وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِلَى جَهَنَّمَ زُمَرًا. Right? Those people who are disbelievers, now, وَامْتَازُوا الْيَوْمَ أَيُّهَا الْمُجْرِمُونَ. Mujrimun, criminals, one side. Muslims on one side. Now, let's move on to the Muslims. وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا رَبَّهُمْ إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ زُمَرًا. Now you have this, Allahu Akbar, you've got this beautiful, protocol, where who is taking you, driving you to Jannah, right? You have the angels. Angels are taking you to Jannah, right? When you reach into, now they will say, Salamun alaykum tibtum fadkhuluha khalidin. Now this is your rest place. No one will evict you, right? You've already paid the rent. Subhanallah, you know how you have prepaid, right? Allahu Akbar. Just understand this. You know how Prepaid service works like this. So let's say you have prepaid rent as well, right? So let's say you're going to live in a place for about 6 months, right? So you pay 6 months in advance, right? You pay 6 months and then no one bothers you, right? The homeowner doesn't come to you, no one bothers you. So this is right now prepaid, right? For Jannah, for everlasting life, right? Only just and Allah, it's not even much. Allahu Akbar. Just understand this. Look at this deal Allah Ta'ala gives us. Oh insan, you are going to live a life in this world for about 50, 60 years, and on average 63 years, right? 60, 70 years, more Allahu Akbar, more or less. You pay rent, you collect rent, you pay me rent, and then 60 years of earning. In exchange, I will give you Jannah forever and ever. What an amazing deal. What an amazing transaction. Allahu Akbar. Right? And this is what Allah Ta'ala has promised us, right? وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ. And Allah Ta'ala does not go against this promise, right? Because shaitan, and this is what shaitan will say on Yawm al-Qiyamah as well. إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَعَدَكُمْ وَعَدَ الْحَقِّ وَوَعَدْتُكُمْ. Allah Ta'ala promised you, and I promised you, وَعَدَ الْحَقِّ. A promise that He is going to fulfill, and I promised you, فَأَخْلَفْتُكُمْ, but I went against my promise. I went against you. فَلَا تَلُومُونِي وَلُومُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Today, don't blame me, blame yourself. إِلَّا أَن دَعَوْتُكُمْ فَاسْتَجَبْتُمْ لِي. Right. Now, people, when they enter into Jannah, an announcement is made. إِنَّ لَكُمْ تَصِحُّوا فَلَا تَسْقَمُوا أَبَدًا. Now you can say Assalamu alaikum to your Tylenol, you say Assalamu alaikum to your Advil, you say Assalamu alaikum to all this. No more Tylenol, no more Advil, no more cough syrup for you, no more this pill for you. فَلَا تَسْقَمُوا أَبَدًا. You will never become ill. Right? So you can say salam to that rough cough of yours. You can say salam to that sneeze of yours, everything, right? وَلَكُمْ أَن تَحْيُوا فَلَا تَمُوتُوا أَبَدًا. You are to live here forever and ever. You are never to perish. وَإِنَّ لَكُمْ تَشِبُّوا فَلَا تَهْزَمُوا أَبَدًا. Today you don't need to look for that cream to get rid of your wrinkles. You don't need to look for that, that dye to dye your hair. No. وَإِنَّ لَكُمْ تَشِبُّوا. You are to remain young and beautiful forever and ever and ever. فَلَا تَهْزَمُوا أَبَدًا. You will never turn old, right? And another thing, you are going to live here happy. You'll remain happy forever and ever and ever, and you will never feel sad. And jealousy never kicks in, right? On one occasion, the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they asked, Ya Rasulullah, they asked about Jannah, and they said, وَمَا بِنَاؤُهَا. How is Jannah constructed, right? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لَبِنَةٌ مِّن فِضَّةٍ وَلَبِنَةٌ مِّن ذَهَبٍ. Bricks of gold and bricks of silver and bricks of gold. وَمِلَاطُهَا الْمِسْكُ الْأَذْفَرُ. Right? The mortar, right, is of musk. Al-misku al-azfar, a fragrance, a strong musk fragrance. وَحَصَبَاؤُهَا اللُّؤْلُؤُ وَالْيَاقُوتُ. Today everyone dies for these pearls. Allahu Akbar. You don't need to do anything, right? The pebbles of Jannah are pearls. Okay? وَتُرْبَتُهَا. And the earth of Jannah, Allahu Akbar. The earth is made from what? Za'afaran, saffron, right? وَمَا And مَا فِي الْجَنَّةِ شَجَرَةٌ إِلَّا وَسَاقُهَا مِنْ ذَهَبٍ. There isn't a single tree in Jannah except its made out of its branch is made out of gold. Allahu Akbar. Right? Not only this, every Friday, right? There'll be, when people will go to the marketplace, right? They'll go to the bazaar, they'll go to the marketplace, they'll go to the store. Allahu Akbar. That day, right? That market is such, you will have eyes. Eyes will be on display. Different and various eyes. For example, you have blue eyes, yellow eyes. Allahu Akbar, ma la aynun ra'at. I haven't seen this, no one has seen this. Okay. But this is what we say, right? It comes in riwayas, different riwayas. So you have different eyes. You have blue eyes, yellow eyes. So someone says, today I feel like having blue eyes, halal eyes, right? So I feel like having these eyes. Or I feel like having blonde hair today, or I feel like doing this. Allahu Akbar, you have that. Whatever you need, you'll have it, right? Okay, right now we don't have enough time to delve into all of the other things. I know it's also we're very close to iftar time. Okay, so we have to move fast. We have to move quick. Then the biggest reward. هَلْ رَضِيتُمْ. Allah Ta'ala says, are you happy, O my slaves? وَمَا لَنَا لَا نَرْضَى. Ya Allah, why wouldn't be happy? وَقَدْ أَعْطَيْتَنَا مَا لَمْ تُعْطِ أَحَدًا. You have given us that which you haven't given anyone, right? فيقول ألا أعطيكم أفضل من ذلك, right? Shall I give you something which is even better than this? Ya Allah, what is better than living in a house of that's made out of that's made out of uh, emerald, gold? Ya Allah, what's better than having Allahu Akbar, all the blessings of Jannah? Right? Ya Allah, what's better than this? أحل عليكم رضواني فلا أسخط عليكم بعده أبدا. From this day onwards, I will never become angry upon you. This is my blessing. I will always remain, today people, Allahu Akbar, today people go for Hajj, go for Umrah, they cry, cry, cry. Why do we cry today? We cry for the pleasure of Allah Ta'ala, right? أُحِلُّ عَلَيْكُمْ رَضْوَانِي. My pleasure is to stay with you forever and ever and ever. فَلَا أَسْخَطُ عَلَيْكُمْ بَعْدَهُ أَبَدًا. After this day, I will never become angry with you. Our parents tell us, we become so happy that from this day onwards, I will never scold you. Imagine Allah Ta'ala telling us, فَلَا أَسْخَطُ عَلَيْكُمْ بَعْدَهُ أَبَدًا. I will never become angry with you, right? Then Allah Ta'ala will say, shall I give you something even better than this? They will say, أَلَمْ تُبَيِّضْ وُجُوهَنَا. Have you not brightened our faces, Ya Allah? Have you not given us hurin, Ya Allah? Have you not given us these palaces? Have you not given us these horses? Have you not given us these servants? Have you not given us, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, what more could there be? Then Allah Ta'ala will tell Ridwan, the doorkeeper of Jannah, Ya Ridwan, drop the curtains. These people used to worship me in this world. They didn't see me. Now they can see who Allah is. In this world, we used to say Allah, Allah, Rahman, Mannan, Hannan, Mannan, right? Now let them see Allah. Let them see Allah. And this is the greatest blessing, alhamdulillah, the people of Jannah will receive. Allahu Akbar. Today you go, you see Northern Lights, you see the Grand Canyon, you see Niagara Falls, you're mesmerized. You're like, wow, you can't take your eyes off. We can't take eyes off the creation of Allah Ta'ala. Do you think we will ever take our eyes off the Creator? Allahu Akbar. Right? Then people will just be memorized. They will forget their homes, they will forget their hurain, then you forget your house is made of gold and sapphire and gold and emerald and so on and so forth. You forget all your blessings of Jannah and you say, Ya Allah, I hope this day never ends. SubhanAllah, you look at Northern Lights, you're like, I hope this night never ends. You go to Niagara Falls, you're like, I hope this day never ends, right? I hope my eyes never close, right? Imagine seeing Allah Ta'ala, right? In this world, we do sajda to Allah Ta'ala, we can't see Him. We go for Umrah for Allah Ta'ala, we can't see Him. We go for Hajj for Allah Ta'ala, we can't see Him. Ya Ridwan, drop the curtains. Let my slaves see me today. Let them know who Allah is today. And the biggest punishment of Jahannam, it's not the fire. It's not the water. It's not the mixture, right? It's not the rear. What is it? It's not seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Akbar. They are missing out on that beauty, right? Allahu Akbar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the understanding, my dear respected brothers and sisters. Allahu Akbar. We can talk about Jannah. See, what's so interesting is that we can constantly talk about Jannah. We can talk about Jannah day and night. We can talk about Jannah day and night. Allah Ta'ala says, أَعْدَدْتُ لِعِبَادِي مَا لَا عَيْنٌ رَأَتْ. No eye has seen this. وَلَا أُذُنٌ سَمِعَتْ. Just imagine, Allahu Akbar. Okay, this is the last thing, inshallah. Then we'll end. I know we're very close to iftar time, and I'm so sorry, but inshallah, let's make this little effort, inshallah, then we'll end class. Okay. In Jannah, not only this, Allahu Akbar, there'll be trees, right? So in Jannah, you have trees, and every tree, upon every tree, there'll be some sort of a bell or something, right? Some sort of a halal instrument, right? And when the wind blows, it'll make a sound. And Allahu Akbar, when that sound goes through your ears, a person will wish that, I hope this wind never stops. Allahu Akbar, sometimes you hear something and you're like, I just don't want this to stop. Or sometimes you hear the beautiful recitation of the Quran, you're like, I don't want this to stop, right? Just imagine what is going to happen, and our hearts, Allahu Akbar. We'll just be like overwhelmed, Allahu Akbar. What is to say of our feeling when, okay, Allahu Akbar. So you have Dawood alayhi salam, who will recite for us. You have Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, who is going to recite. And then you have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who will recite Surah Yasin. I mean, it's just like, you're just so overwhelmed, Allahu Akbar. You're just like, I don't even know what to say, right? You're just overwhelmed. You're like, what's going on? Allahu Akbar. Right? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the understanding, right? There's so much to talk about Jannah, but at the same time, let us not, in Allah Ghafurur Rahim, right? Allah Ta'ala is Ghafurur Rahim. Alhamdulillah, we're hopeful that Allah Ta'ala will forgive our sins, inshallah, but let us not forget Allah Ta'ala is Shadeed al-Iqab. Inna adhabi la shadeed. Inna adhabi la shadeed. Right? Allah, let us not forget this. Right? If Jannah is there, see, subhanAllah, what's a person, you can't, this is the last thing I'm going to say, inshallah, I'm going to end this, right? You can't just say, I'm going to drink water forever and ever and ever, and not eat food. No, you'll die. You can't say, I'm going to eat food forever and ever and ever and never drink water. What's going to happen? You're going to die. Similarly, what's going to happen to us if we think about Jannah and don't think about Jahannam? We're going to die. Right? Meaning we're going to lose ourselves. Right? And what's going to happen if a person only thinks about Jahannam and doesn't think about Jannah? No, then remember we did this, that thought is haram. Right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the understanding. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the understanding of what has been heard and said. I thank you for your time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you immensely, put barakah in your wealth, health, and your families and your children. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make your children the coolness of your eyes. Ameen. جزاك الله خيرا سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
The recording has started. This session is no longer